Hello, all sentient beings, and welcome to the Transmissions Podcast, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers! On this episode, we celebrate the return of Transformers Comics colorist and gregarious guest host, John-Paul Bove. He joins us as we check out pics of the upcoming Legacy Triple Changer Blitzwing and the conveniently timed release of brand new BotBots. Today is Wednesday, March 30th, 2022, and this is episode 479 of Transmissions. Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that's getting sucked right back into collecting more BotBots. I'm your host Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
Colorful comic book colorist John-Paul Bove.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
In fact, I'll do alternates. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night.
And Daryl, the Cybertronian beast.
You said socked. Let's talk Transformers.
That is the worst butthead I have ever heard.
Wow.
I can usually do a better one. I can do a better one, but I won't.
Good.
Now, that's the best excuse I've ever heard for anything ever. The next time someone criticizes a page that I've colored, I'm going, I could do better, but I'm not going to. That's the most satisfyingly passive-aggressive comeback that I've ever heard, so well done.
You don't deserve my best.
I get nothing from these guys, man. They give me no love on the. I try, and they just shoot me down every time. So why am I going to keep trying, man? You know.
I don't know. We keep telling you not to stop trying, but you keep persisting. Anyway,
I just care too much. I care too much, Charles.
Well, that's your problem. We are pleased as punch to welcome back Mr. John-Paul Bove, one of our longtime friend of Transmissions and awesome comic book colorist, colored lots of Transformers comics. Winner of this year's best colorist, interior colorist, and comic cover colorist of our Transmissions Best of 2021 survey. So belated congratulations for that. Welcome back, JP. How have things been going?
All right. Yeah, it looks like me voting for myself 247 times was what I needed to bring home the gold. So just let me know when we're recording, because I don't want that going out. Yeah, things have been all right. I've had some drama. But I've been ill, but now I'm well. Wow, that was a journey in a story form, wasn't it? So it needs a stronger second act. But yeah, no, it's going fine. It's going fine. I'm enjoying colouring War's End at the minute, and there's more things to come. Wink. Which I'm not allowed to talk about. Actually, there's quite
it's okay.
a lot of things.
We're not recording yet, so you can tell us all about it right now.
About the there's actually quite a lot of things that are coming, which are very exciting. That I genuinely cannot talk about, but I hopefully will. Well, not hopefully. I'll definitely be able to tell you in August about one of them, which is quite exciting. But yeah, it's one of those things that's I can't quite believe it's happened. Level of excitement, which whatever you're now imagining, it's not as good as whatever you're imagining, but it is really as good as I'm imagining. Because it's yeah.
I mean, is it better or worse than your Die Hard themed restaurant?
Can anything be better than my Die Hard themed restaurant? Can you imagine the sweet, sweet delight of eating melted cheese off broken glass? Cheese Den Fenster, it's whatever all the kids will be eating. Nothing could beat that. But no, it's yeah. So yeah, there's a few things that were in motion long before I got ill. Thank goodness. Yeah, and other things that continue. So there's some more things for IDW and some things that are not IDW related, but are Transformers related, and that's as much as I can say.
Well, that's a lengthy and tantalizing tease. Thank you for that. All our listeners have perked up now, so we'll continue with the rest of the show and not mention it again since we can't talk about it.
I will answer 3 questions, but only in the forms of riddles.
Okay.
As part of my Dine Hard with a Vengeance theme thing, I will answer riddles from anyone claiming to be Simple Simon. Can you do a Jeremy Irons impression?
No.
No.
No, I can't.
No. In fairness, it's hard to top your Beavers or Butthead.
Well, we do have to thank our newest Donatron. We started the show always by thanking all our Donatrons, the lovely folks who continue to support us on Patreon and PayPal. We really appreciate everyone who helps us keep the show going. And we have a brand new Donatron this week, one we are quite familiar with because he's been interacting with us on Twitter quite a bit, and he actually helped me get a Studio Series 86 Scourge last year, so I really appreciated that. But the man named Bambi has stepped up and become a regular Donatron, so thank you.
Hey,
I have to check. This is at the $1,000 level, right? The one where I get to deliver a roast ham and a handshake to them in person.
Sadly, no.
Yeah,
it's how many years
no
have
one
you
had
guys
to have
been going?
anyone.
And this still hasn't happened. You need to get some Facebook ads or something.
This is our 9th year, and sadly, no one has stepped up at the $1,000 level yet.
What? Do people not like ham? I don't understand what the obstacle is. We could do, what did non-meat eaters eat? Corn husks. We could have corn husks. Wheat.
Beyond ham. It's beyond ham now.
Okay, I'll bring a sack of wheat or grains of some sort. Maybe for $999. Let's drop it $1, and I'll change the goods that I bring to be pulses or grains instead of meat. I'll do them a bit for the environment. That's all I'm thinking of. Climate change and such.
Can we make the ham an NFT?
Oh yeah. Is there a way of?
It's been a while since we looked at this stuff, so yeah, NFTs are where it's at.
Can we?
Man, it will get really popular.
Digital wheat of some sort. I think we've just solved all the world's problems. And what? We're like 10 minutes into the podcast. I mean, what else is there to do? We're going to talk about
if
toys.
you can trade your digital wheat for my digital flour, like what is it? Digital, like sheep, maybe, and then we can have like this. I think we just came up with Farmville, but
but I don't know. But my non-fungible token of Rusk is really taking off at the minute. This is amazing. Well, great. Okay, so 900. Okay, so people listening, the new Donatreon tier is $999 a month. And for that, you will get. I will come and shake your hand in person, or fist bump if COVID's still a bit out of control. And your choice of a digital representation of some sort of foodstuff. I mean,
with a certified NFT.
Yeah,
that's a fucking deal.
Cannot see a reason why that anyone would have a barrier to this entry level now. I don't know how much lower than $999 we can go without it just being giving it away. So I'm not angry at anybody that hasn't donated at this point. I'm just very disappointed. Okay, I don't want to be stern. I don't want to be like Super Nanny. I'm just think about what you're doing and get in there. $990. You still have $1 left over compared to where you would have been. And a digital good, a food product that nobody else will have or want.
Artificial scarcity at its finest.
Yeah, there's only one NFT of wheat that I've made, and I'm prepared. I'm prepared to give that to you guys to support your listeners.
Well,
sorry, Charles. What you're supposed to say now is thank you. I'm feeling pretty unappreciated right now.
My apologies, JP.
Okay. Honestly.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you. You're welcome.
Now, if that wasn't enough for you, we've also got our bi-weekly Transformers Live Play RPG podcast, Empire of Rust, done by our awesome producer Mike and his crew, who are of bots taking on different challenges in the world of the universe of Cybertron. And so you can check out Empire of Rust episode 72, Downfall of a Droid, that just came out this Monday, March 28th. So it should already be available in your podcast feeds as you hear this. And if you are not subscribed to the main Transmissions feed, you can get Empire of Rust at transmissionspodcast.com/rust. Of course, if you are a Donatron, you do get our bonus episodes that are the uncut, unedited versions of these shows a week early. So if you want episode 73, you just have to wait less than a week, and it'll be available for all our Donatrons on our Patreon page. So stay tuned to that. And, of course, another perk of being a Donatron is that you are entered into our monthly Toy Hacks drawing, where you get a $10 gift code from Toy Hacks, and that is coming next week. So we'll be doing the March drawing next week. So you have until this Sunday, April 3rd, to enter the contest. So either become a Donatron, you're automatically entered if you become a Donatron, or you can just send an email to contest@transmissionspodcast.com with a picture of the Transformer toy you'd like to get some stickers for, and we'll enter you in the contest. So that's our toyhacks.com $10 gift code drawing. So stay tuned for that. Coming next week. So let's jump right into some toy talk.
All right, and first up this week, we are going to talk about the new pictures of Transformers Legacy leader Blitzwing that popped up online this week, and these are leaks because they are not officially announced, but the pictures showed up, and we're going to talk about them because why not? They are here, and everyone's been talking about them all week anyway, so why not? Transformers Legacy leader class Blitzwing is a triple changer, which is G1 styled, and I'm glad that they're sticking with the triple changer aspect. I mean, it would be kind of shitty if they didn't. The figure's been taking a lot of heat because he's coming with some accessories that give him these kind of like Energon gauntlets, these like boxing gloves kind of thing that, he's taking a lot of shit, but he doesn't have to use them. You don't have to put them on. So, leave them in the box if you don't like them. He's taken a lot of heat because people don't seem to like the fact that his plane mode and his tank mode kind of look derpy. I don't know if anyone's ever seen the original toy, but the original G1 toy, the plane mode looked like crap. Like, there's no way in hell that would be a real plane. Like, it kind of looks like junk. This figure, to me, as a collector of kind of G1 figures and someone who's nostalgic for that, I look at this figure and I see a G1 figure. This is full-on nostalgia for that original G1 Blitzwing. It's almost a love letter to that original figure. There have been some Blitzwing figures in the past. There was one in Titan's Return. I can't remember when the last one came out, or the one previously to that. But
I think it was Thrilling 30.
Thrilling 30, yeah, probably that one. So there's been some Blitzwings in the past, and they've all been, good. But this one, I think this one's probably looks like the best one so far. They nailed the robot mode. I think the robot mode looks fantastic. I like the look of the tank mode and the jet mode. I think they all look really good. The tank mode, you do see a little bit too much of the cockpit, like the plane cockpit sticking out of the front. If I could change something, I'd probably change that. But for all in all, it's a tank that turns into a jet that turns into a robot. They do a really good job. So I'm just going to open up to everybody here. Charles, let's start with you. You remember back in the day when tanks, turned into robots and then turned into jets. Is this nostalgia for you for a whole different reason?
When was this?
Back in World War II.
Back when I was in World War II.
You're back when you fought the Nazis.
So you admit it. Double bluff works again.
Records from that area, records from that time are sparse, but I don't think there were any tanks that turned into planes back then, or robots. But this is.
I mean, that's why we have you on the show. You're here to make everything right.
This looks good. Yeah, this is a really nice Blitzwing. This is very G1 inspired. The cockpit sticking out in the tank mode does look a little bit weird. It just sticks out a bit too far, but that's my only real complaint. I like the Hulk hands. I don't know why are these just here to justify the fact that it's a leader toy and it's shorter than all the other leader class toys, and that they said, well, we've got extra plastic, so throw in some Hulk hands. I mean, because I don't. Has there been
as good a reason as any? I think.
Isn't the sort of the gimmick in this legacy line that they've all got energon weapons of some sort? Isn't that the thing?
Personally, I've yet to actually find a legacy figure on the shelves. I don't think a single one of them hit Canada yet. So
because I think Blaster's tape is like a transparent.
Yes,
it's a
that's
jet,
right.
isn't it?
Yes.
And I think, did I see that Dragstrip has got some sort of energon thing? I thought that might have been a bit of a gimmick that was part of this. I might be wrong, but there's part of me that I saw that was like an aspect of some of these lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I might be wrong.
I haven't looked into it personally. And I do have a few of the legacy items on pre-order, and once they show up, I mean, I'll definitely start seeing that stuff, in person. But I really haven't dug too deep into what the gimmick of this line is. I see a figure. It looks like a really good representation of Blitzwing, or Dragstrip, or Kickback, or that kind of stuff. And I'm into it. I really don't. I haven't really personally looked into the gimmick, but you could be right. Who knows? If somebody out there knows, let me know, because if that's the gimmick, then that's cool. Then that's a really good reason for these Hulk hands. But personally, I don't care. Like for Astro Train, he's got this big fridge of a luggage compartment that he kind of has just to kind of pad out the size class. Like Charles said, I just left it in the box. Like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to take up space. I just left the damn thing in the box, So yeah, if these will be neat to kind of see, but they can stay in the box.
Like Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Spoilers, jeez.
Oh man.
What if someone hasn't seen 7 yet?
Oh, I was just idly daydreaming.
I've never seen it. I have no desire to see it though.
But I like the storage on Blitzwing's back where you can put his sword and his guns, and and everything about this looks pretty good. So yeah, this might be a pickup for me. We'll see.
I really like this.
Well, why don't you go into some detail? Jump down the rabbit hole with us here, JP.
Because I had the Titans Return, I guess, or whatever it was, whichever one. I think was it the one. Yeah, the one that they was also a Megatron, pretty much.
Yes, that's it. Yep.
Yeah, and that was good. But then I saw this one, and I'm like, yeah, that one looks. That's just looks. There's a nice representation of the way that I've always seen him. And I feel like as the years go on, that it's almost like the stone being worn down in terms of the toys, that they slowly work their way around to actually managing to do a really good representation of pretty close to the animation model. And I feel like the little bit that sticks out of the bottom, I'm right in saying that is on the original toy. It's definitely in Transformers the movie. He's got this nubbin
Yeah, it just sticks out a bit further than it did on the original toy. It's like
right.
So
I never
it's
had
further
this
out
originally.
that it. Yeah.
Because they've also, it looks like they've artificially created it to go there, because the actual nose cone or the windscreen is underneath. So this is a duplicate windscreen, which I don't think is actually required. So they've gone to the effort of making it of putting it there to echo the old toy, which I'm sure they would have had the technology to smooth it over. But I don't really mind. I mean, yes, there's a bit of that on the tank, but I mean, the plane has got an incredibly heavy undercarriage. You know, heavy to a degree. Well, yeah, heavy to a degree that plane could never take off. So I find it hard to get too hung up about it, really. There was always a compromise. You know, Astro Train's a bit of a fascinating train slash, space shuttle with elements that are baffling together, but I still love him to bits. So,
And Jeremy, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think overall it looks really good. I found on tfu.info the pictures of the original Blitzwing, because I also never had him as
he's
a
lovely,
kid,
actually. I haven't really appreciated how nice he looks in the plane mode.
Yeah, I mean, the original G1 plane, I think, looks better than this plane mode. There's just so much tank bit visible there. But the tank mode, which I originally was thrown off by the cockpit being there, seeing the original toy, I think it's fine. I didn't know the toy originally did that. So it's a triple changer. Like you said, there's going to be compromises in all the modes.
Yeah.
The robot mode looks fantastic. And I think that's the mode that when I think of Blitzwing, I think of the robot mode first.
Yeah.
And I just think they knocked that out of the park. So the other modes are all secondary to me, and
I'll be honest,
they're passable.
Not 99% of the Transformers I own are displayed in robot mode.
Yeah.
And that might not be the same for everybody. But there's very few. I think possibly the Dinobots might be the odd exception. But almost all of them are in robot mode, unless there's two almost identical ones I might display, one in vehicle mode and one in robot mode.
Yeah, I'm much the same. And I think it's nice to have all these other modes, and I think, like I said, they're passable for what they are. But when I think of Blitzwing, I think of the robot mode first. And they just did such a good job on that robot mode. And the sword looks amazing. I really like the sword that they did here.
Yeah, well, they actually gave it two colors this time instead of just leaving it in purple. All right, well, that's cool. I'm going to pass it off to you then, Jeremy, and let us know what you found from this week.
Well, apparently the Walmart Collector Con was last week, and none of us were aware that it was happening until afterwards. But they announced some Transformers.
Or cared.
Yeah. So, they announced some pre-orders for some Transformers that we had actually already talked about on that last Hasbro call that they did. I think they announced all of these. But we have pre-orders for Legacy Night Prowler, Legacy Buzzsaw, Legacy Sandstorm, and then Vintage Beast Wars Maximal Wolfang and Maximal Cybershark. So these are all Beast figures. Night Prowler is basically a white version of Cheetor. I think he looks okay. We've talked about the Cheetor figure in the past, and I think on the whole, it's not regarded as the best toy, but I like the color scheme here. It's essentially exactly the same as Cheetor, just with the beast mode is white instead of yellow. And
what color could possibly blend in better in the night than white?
Right, exactly. Let's see. Buzzsaw is Waspinator. I think the head is different. The head looks more. I'm not sure where it was from.
It's the robot head from the original Waspinator toy, whereas the original Waspinator animation model used the beast head, I believe.
Okay, I see. Oh. So I think it looks good. I really like the colors. Like the eyes on the Wasp mode are this nice translucent green, and it's just a mix of green and purples and yellows and blacks, and I think it really looks good. And I believe you can't really tell from the pictures here, but if I remember right, the wings are a translucent plastic, so the light will come through a little bit. Let's see, and then Sandstorm is Scorponok, a repaint of Scorponok, and it has the mutant head that the original figure had, and he looks good. He's a kind of a desert themed with like the browns and oranges and stuff, but he still comes with the little Cyber Bee, like basically all the things that Scorponok came with. He comes with, and it's one of my least favorite in the line that I've seen so far. Just, I don't know. I have just something against orange in general because just my college days, and it's just a stupid thing with me. But it's an okay looking figure if you missed out on Scorponok. And then the vintage Beast Wars figures, the Wolfang. I'm not sure what he was originally, but I mean he's obviously a wolf. Oh, K9. Okay, so he's a nice
number one Beast Wars fan.
There you go. He's a nice silver wolf, and you know I love the vintage packaging they have here with the Kenner logo and everything. So being as I never had any of the G1 Beast Wars toys, I obviously never had them before, but he looks nice. And then Cyber Shark is not the Transmetal one that was reused as Skybite. This is the original, like the Hammerhead Cyber Shark. So I think it looks good too. So number one Beast Wars fan, Daryl, let's start with you. What do you think of these figures?
I am going to pass on all of these. These are just recolors and repaints. And I mean, I wasn't even interested in the first releases of the ones that are in Legacy here. Yeah, I'm going to pass on those. The Beast Wars reissues, I have the originals. I'm not going to buy these either. But for anyone who's who sees these as nostalgia from their Beast Wars, childhood, pick them up. They look great. From what I understand, they're packaged well. The plastic quality is decent. So enjoy them. But they're easily passable for me. I already have the originals.
Yeah, I would imagine the plastic quality is probably better than they were in the originals.
That's debatable. The plastic quality in the originals was really quite thick.
Okay. All right. JP, I'm not sure how big of a Beast Wars fan you are. Certainly not bigger than Daryl, because he's the number one Beast Wars fan.
He's number one.
But, yeah, what do you think of these?
I'm a huge Beast Wars fan. However, I don't think any of these will be coming home with me. The reissue ones, possibly. I mean, we don't have Walmarts over here in the UK, so I've absolutely no idea. I guess Pulse will probably sell them. But yeah, if I saw those reissues, maybe. Because my Beast Wars toys largely are the cast that was in the show, with a few exceptions, because I discovered Beast Wars late, and how awesome it was a year or two after pretty much it had ended. So I managed to pick up a few bargains toy wise after the show ended, but I was like, I wish I'd known earlier. I'd have collected some. So maybe the reissues, but not probably. I won't be getting the others.
All right. Charles, what do you think?
I'm in the same camp as Daryl. These are all recolors, repaints, and reissues, so not reinterested in this. So, yeah. So I mean, Waspinator. I might. I haven't seen them in the stores, but these were kind of all, like, I would say, not things I would order but pick up in a store. But I would pick up the original, like, colors. I would pick up a Waspinator before I'd get a Buzzsaw, or pick up a Cheetor before I got a Night Prowler, or a Scorponok before I got a Sandstorm. So And then the two Beast Wars reissues characters, I'm not really interested in either. So probably wouldn't get those at all. I know our friend Dr. Pants is getting this Cyber Shark, but he's 10 years younger than me, so he's allowed to have his own nostalgia.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do you have this week?
Well, this week marked the release of the BotBots show on Netflix, and Hasbro actually, timing things correctly, is bringing out more BotBots to coincide with the show. So this is looks like BotBots Series 6 with a Ruckus rally. And these are actually vehicles for the BotBots that did feature in the cartoon. So if you haven't watched the Netflix show yet, I do encourage you to watch it. It's a cute little show. It's only 10 episodes. They're 10 half-hour episodes broken up into 11-minute cartoons, two 11-minute cartoons in each episode. So not a huge time commitment, and they're all fun cartoons. And there is an episode where they have a little race through the mall where they're at, and they have these these vehicles they ride, and the vehicles transform. So one is like a big piece of pizza, one is a video game controller, and they both transform into these racing car things that you can put the little BotBots in to ride. So yeah, it's cool to see that they're Hasbro does remember how to coordinate their marketing with their with their entertainment. So that's cool. In addition to that, there's a bunch of new BotBots to go along with this. So there's like a lot. I mean, I lost track of how many BotBots they're showing off here, but they're all cute and interesting. One I think some standouts, and then we also have we have some of the concept art by Mark Mayer. For some of these BotBots that are putting out, in particular the Megatron. There's a little homage to Megatron in gun mode that has a Kremzik face that he it's the alternate mode is like a little mini Megatron gun, and then the robot mode is Kremzik in Kremzik wearing a Megatron suit basically, which is a nice little homage. And we've got some of the concept art for that. We've also got one for the bacon BotBot and one for the toilet scrubber BotBot. So, and these are all included in this Series 6 here. So these are all cute little guys. There's also some of these BotBots are getting closer and closer to like straight up Beast Wars characters, or at least they could fit into like as part of the as a potential Beast Wars line with just robots that turn into little animals. Like there's a rat or a snake. So that's or a duck. Yeah.
I promised I wasn't going to say anything, but I might as well tell you that I'm writing a 15-issue maxi series about the toilet brush BotBot. It is
just him.
Yeah. It's the darkest story that anyone's ever written in comic form.
Does the poop BotBot guest star, or is he the villain? Or
I can't reveal everything. There's 15 issues to spread this out over. No pun intended. So
no poop intended.
No. And every issue will stink, and I don't mean in terms of its quality. I do mean that it's we're trying it.
There's some scratch and sniff
as a gimmick. Each issue will smell absolutely unbelievably bad. So look out for that.
Well, JP, have you caught BotBots fever, or have you collected any of the BotBots previously? Do any of these that you see now entice you at all, or do you have any interest in BotBots?
In order, no, yes, no, perhaps. Actually, I have no idea if I'm answering the right questions or not there. So let me just. I haven't got any. I do think they're kind of adorable. I'm not going to lie. It's something which I kind of, if my son got into it, I'd be kind of happy. So we haven't watched the Netflix show yet. I know if I kind of force him to, he'll end up not liking it. So to try and engineer a situation in which it seems like it's his decision, um, much like I do with vegetables.
I mean, I sat down with my son and watched it, and he just fell in love with it.
Okay.
So it perfectly hits that age group. I mean, we'll go into it more in alt mode, but I think it hits the humor points that kids of that age would find funny.
Okay. Because Jake's very into DuckTales, Teen Titans Go, and what's it called? Is it The Magical World of Mickey Mouse? I don't know if you've watched that on Disney Plus or whatever it's.
Haven't seen that.
Or Marvelous, whatever it is. You should watch it. I know this is completely not the place for it. It's brilliant. It's so weird, and genuinely, it's a show I can't believe they've made with Mickey Mouse in it. I'll let you discover in your own time. There's episodes that feel like I don't know, like something Jordan Peele made.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, honestly, I can't remember what it's called. The one where Donald and I've forgotten the name of his partner, Daisy Duck, don't want to go out on another double date with Mickey and Minnie, so they pretend to be ill, and they come around the house, and it's genuinely creepy, but also delightful. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with anything we're talking about, so pretend I didn't say any of it.
We'll just cut that out. It's okay.
Just cut that out.
All right. Well, Daryl, what about you? Is the BotBot flame rekindling at your house?
Well, like Jeremy said, we're going to talk about the show a little bit more in alt mode this week. But I think they're cute. Like if I came across a set that had the main characters from the TV show, there's a good chance I might pick it up. So yeah, if I find that, it's it's kind of fun. But to dive all the way back into all this again, I'm pretty happy being out of it. We've talked about it before. My daughter is way out of this age group now, and is only really interested in right now still Fortnite pretty hardcore, and not being around me. So so that's her interest. This is fun. And my son is only 1, so that's a little early, but maybe I can grab these and give them to him, and then walk away out of the room. That seems like a good parenting decision.
Yeah, totally not a choking hazard for young kids.
Right. Yeah. So there'll come a time when my son will come into these naturally. Yeah, he definitely gets mesmerized when he's in my room here. So, I'm subliminally affecting him, but not yet. I'll be staying away from these for now.
Fair enough. The only one I really want is that little Kremzik Megatron gun one, but it looks like you have to buy the 2 vehicles to get that one, and like it comes with the set with the 2 big vehicles. So that's like you got to invest in the 2 giant vehicles to get that just one little character. So I don't know.
I think the little transforming pizza feels like it's come out of Josh Perez's mind. So that alone is a reason to buy it, to feel like you have a piece of his beautiful brain in your home.
And what about you, Jeremy? Do you want to own a piece of Josh Perez's brain?
Well, I have already ordered it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Shit.
For my son, and
for your son, right? Your
he's
son.
gonna be surprised. Honestly, yes. Because I bought the set with the 2 racers, and they'll be here next week. And
wow.
He doesn't know they're coming. He's going to be surprised, and I didn't realize the Megatron gun was coming with it, so he might not see that one. But yeah, I mean, I think these are so cute. I'm not really that interested in the actual figures themselves, because with my hands it's hard to transform them because they're so small. You have to like pick at them to like pull out the arms and stuff. But my kid loves them, and he has been begging me like for a year now, asking when they're going to have more BotBots. And I'm like, probably when the show comes out, whenever that is. And now, he's been able to watch the screeners of the show with me, and he's excited that there are more toys coming. So as excited as I see Transformer collectors get, the kids do seem to love these, the kids that know about them. Of course, I've asked if any of his friends in school know about BotBots, and he's like, no. I'm like, well, Hasbro needs to work on their marketing. But I think these are great. I really wish that you could get the specific squads and not the mixture, because I would love to get the Science Alliance squad for my wife, since she's a scientist, but it's, not to be. But also, I love the little Autobot logo that transforms. I really want to get one of those.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too, yeah.
So, but I just love that they're back, and I do hope that Hasbro continues making these. And, it seems that this is something that really doesn't take that much in the production. I mean, it just, the engineering behind them isn't the same as like a deluxe figure. So it seems like something they could just continually put out and just kind of have in the marketplace. But yeah, these are great.
Yeah, I agree. So cool. All right. Well, that's all our toy topics for this week. So let's move on to trips to the store. This is where we show off all the cool Transformer stuff we got this week. We do this as a video so you can see everything we got in beautiful high definition on our YouTube channel. But we'll have the audio right here in the podcast so you can keep listening as we describe everything we got in loving detail. So without further ado, trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
All right, let's talk about some stuff we got this week, although I'm going to go first because I don't have any new stuff this week. I do, however, have a figure. One of the figures I am trying to sell off. So we are back showing off another one of my Titans Returns figures. This is Titans Return Broadside Triple Changer. So speaking of Triple Changers, we talked about Triple Changers in this episode, but this is Broadside Autobot Triple Changer. He's a Titans Return, so his head is a Titan Master. It comes off. There you go. See? Just like that.
What's his head's name?
Blunderbuss.
Sure. Oh, okay.
Blunderbuss, because I have the instruction book with it. So yes, so this everything comes with this. I have the little card with the tech specs on the back, and artwork for Broadside, the instruction book, and the little mini Aerial Bots figures that go on him in aircraft carrier mode, minus one that I think one of my kids broke off and lost, but the other four are there. So you can pretend that Broadside is carrying the Aerial Bots somewhere when he's in aircraft carrier mode.
Can almost make Superion.
Yeah.
One of the other area bots has gone to live on a farm. He's very happy there, but you'll never see him again.
But yeah, this is Broadside. Yeah, if you would like Broadside, message me on the Transmissions Discord, transmissionspodcast.com/Discord, and we can make a deal.
This works, right? This selling stuff on the
Totally
podcast works?
Yep. Totally works. It's
I'm
totally
glad everything is working out for you.
Totally not a placeholder just for weeks that I don't have a new toy to show off.
If it works, then I got a Unicron here I can get.
All
right, well, Jeremy, you're next.
I definitely not describe this as shameful. I just want to put that out there. So it's definitely not that.
Okay, Jeremy, I guess let's do something that's less shameful.
I guess. This is a figure I showed off a couple weeks ago. I have nothing. So I finally took it out of the box, and I have my Studio Series Starscream. He looks great. I really like the cape, although I wish, I don't know if I did it wrong or what, but it seems like it should go higher, and he looks fine. And he came with this chair. So, no.
Leave it to
it's cool. Yes, Throne. I love the weapon storage, and
Nice.
it's just it's a good Starscream. I haven't had one of any of the like recent like Earthrise Starscream or Seekers, so I'm glad I got this one. The colors look great, and he's got all the kit. And also, I love this is the first crown I've had for any figure that actually is molded to fit the head, so it doesn't just come off. You know, you actually have to put some pressure to pop it off, and I really appreciate that because like the crowns that have come with other figures, like the Masterpiece Grimlock and stuff, just sit there and just fall off at a moment. So great job that they actually molded it to the head of the figure. But yeah, this is really good Starscream. That's all I got.
Nice. All right, Daryl, show us what you got.
All right. Well, we were talking about Blitzwing, and I figured I would show off what I believe, what I consider to be the best Blitzwing, masterpiece scaled, and I think the fandom agrees with me. This is DX9's Gavolt, and he's massive, and I just love this thing. It's a fantastic figure. It does all three modes fantastically. It's super heavy. It's got some die cast in it. I'm in love with this Blitzwing figure. I don't transform it enough as I should, because it's a beast, and it just looks so good in robot mode. So, I'd get it into tank mode or jet mode, and then I'd probably leave it because, it's a lot of work. So, and I'm lazy. But yeah, I really like the look of this guy. And, even though the legacy one is going to look really good, this is still the king for me. The second figure I've got, this is in honor of JP being here, I figured I'd bring out a UK based figure, something that, I have in my collection, and I'm very happy to have it complete. I need some new stickers for it, but other than that, I think he's pretty good. This is Predator Stalker.
Oh, nice.
And he's beautiful. One of these late Euro G1 figures, and he's an awesome figure. And just a fantastic tank looking thing, and I really like the look of this guy. One of the early figures to have light piping. You think of light piping as being a fairly new thing, but it did actually exist in G1. So there you go.
Is that is
Predator
he a
Stalker.
double dealer remold?
No. This is this guy came out after Double Dealer, but he's much smaller.
Oh, okay.
And he actually he interacts with the smaller Predator jets. There's a little slot on the top of this missile here, and then the Predator jets can actually go, like they slot into this, and this is, you look through it, and then you can see the little display thing that's like a targeting mechanism on the Predator jets, and you see all the what were they called, the Autobot versions of them, the Turbo Masters. You see Turbo Masters on these displays, so it's kind of fun and cool. So he's got one in him right now, so he comes with one, and I can't really tell who he's got on his display, but each Predator jet you put in gives you a different Turbo Master, and each of these Predator guys came with the same gun, so it's this gold plastic gun with the blue or the green missiles. Now he gets a shit ton of them. He's got 5 of these fucking missiles, but the gold plastic gun broke like crazy. So, but the good thing is that they were basically interchangeable between him and the rest of the Predator jets. So if you broke yours, you could just go and get one from the Predator jets and vice versa. But anyway, he's a really awesome figure, and I'm really happy to have him in my collection. Just got to get
also
them
gold
some
plastic
stickers
on his chest, or is that just brown?
It is paint. His chest is made up of a more pink, and they just painted it. So he's pretty good, but these guns are just gnarly. So yeah,
He was redone as Machine Wars Soundwave, if I remember correctly.
yes, yeah, he was.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, JP, we come to you. What do you have to show us?
Hello. Nothing terribly exciting, but I'm excited about it, which is his little blaster
Is that
from
Legacy Blaster or Kingdom Blaster or both? I
it's,
guess both.
Kingdom, I think. Yeah, I got rid of the box. I don't know where it is. Yeah, that must be Kingdom. I don't think there's any difference between them. I really like this guy. I love Blaster as a character. I didn't get any of the last few Blasters because they were either like way too big or there was something about them just didn't sort of feel right. This, like, he's just perfect. I like the fact that him and Soundwave are actually kind of the same size, rather than like, you know, the original G1 where Blaster's
G1.
like this big and Soundwave's that big. And also that they're not massive toys next to, you know, like Blaster's bigger than Optimus Prime in some of the versions that have come out in the last few years. So I just think he's a really, really good representation of Blaster. He looks really good in all the various modes. And yeah, just nicely posable. He just looks great. I just need a gold bug now so that they can be chums.
Yep.
So I'm assuming at some point they will do a non-shattered glass version of Goldbug. It'd be bonkers if they didn't. So
Those are some of my favorite issues from the G1 cartoon or comic series. It was a Blaster and Goldbug Adventures.
Well, I mean, if they do that, they also need to do a Scrounge, a new one.
Yep.
partially melted one.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll
Have
just
it
do a
where
little
with a
pot
removable hand that can just, you know, be coming out of lava.
They'll do a pot of red goo with just a hand sticking out of it, and that'll be Legacy Scrounge. with smelting pool accessory.
This is why they tapped you for the 15-issue maxi series for the toilet scrub brush BotBot.
Yeah. Don't ask me his name, because that's a spoiler. But I do know it, and I'm in no way bluffing my way through this. But, you know, in fact, the first 3 issues is just about how he gets his name. Hint, it's because he wipes up poo. Please buy the issues. Just, you know. So look out for
Shameless
that, kids.
plug.
Well, you know, I figured if everybody's selling something. I've got a Valentine's Day card my son gave me. I've got no need for it. If anyone wants that.
What are you charging for that?
It's not even, look, it wasn't even written by him originally. Look, who's that even to? I don't know. So you can have that. $10, 10 cents, whatever.
I think that'll do it for our trips to the store this week.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
We're back from our trips to the store, and we will finish up the show with convention news.
All right, just one thing this week. Symbiote Studios has some Transformer pins for WonderCon Anaheim, which will be starting tomorrow, April 1st. It runs April 1st through 3rd. So if you're going to be going there, they're at booth 1009. And it says, Battle Catnip Bravo and Rock, Paper, Scissors, and everyone who plays can win a free pin. They have new exclusive pins every day. And these Transformer pins are $9.99 at the show. It's basically just heads with Optimus, Bumblebee, Shockwave, and Soundwave. So they look really good. Their past convention stuff they've also put on their website. They're not there now, but I would hope that they do go up because they're really good looking pins. So anyway, yeah, these are great, and that is all we got for convention news this week.
Okay, well, that takes us to the end of this episode of Transmissions. As always, at the end of every episode, we give a shout out to our masterpiece donatrons. These are our donatrons who are contributing at our highest level. So thank you to John 4X Lemongood, Dinobot Maximize, Demon Tech 82, and Curtis Akan. And we also want to have a big thank you to John-Paul Bove for joining us this week on the show. JP, anything you'd like to plug, or also do you want to share your social media for anyone who wants to get in touch with you?
Yeah, I'll just plug War's End again. And social media is, my Twitter is Wordmongerer. That's about the only thing I'm active on. I am on Instagram, yeah, but I don't post there very much. But you can find me easily on Facebook, just under my own name. And that's it. Thank you for having me again.
You're always welcome. Anytime you're willing to stay up past your bedtime and hang out with us, we welcome you here.
Sleep is for the weak.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.